So in about 5 minutes?
In 5 minutes. And it's a good moment for all of us after a hard night. We had a hard night with this profile and with lots of turbulences for Bertrand, who couldn't rest, and the hardest.
In the morning. But things are hopefully looking up because he's got a big day ahead of him as well. Let's go to the simulation now. This is your beautiful form of all your hard work after many years of hard work. But tell us what's going on here. It's different than some of the other simulations that we've had in that there's maybe fewer of these sort of the rainbow effect, so it's not as windy.
This simulation shows the travel. The travel of the aircraft, and what is behind us is in blue. What is ahead of us will be displayed in yellow. And it's interesting to show in particular the wind situation, and each small line here shows the direction of wind and the intensity, depending on the color, and it also shows the patches of clouds, main clouds, which are above the aircraft. So we can see here that there is nothing dangerous, risky for the rest of the flight, and normally the situation will be really good for what is ahead now.
Some of the other flights we've had a lot of tailwind, but on this flight it's actually been quite quiet, lots of updrafts and downdrafts.
During the night we had updraft and downdrafts, which means turbulences, which means uncomfortable situation for Bertrand also. And globally speaking, this flight is not. We couldn't really benefit of.
Hey everybody, my name is Stephen Beecham. I'm here with CNET.com. And we're going to attempt a live in-flight interview with captain of the Solar Impulse 2 solar-powered airplane, Bertrand Piccard. He's somewhere over the desert in the Middle East right now, and we're going to try to connect with him via satellite. And I'm going to do an interview live over Facebook, live stream, and YouTube with him with a long delay, so it's going to be a little difficult. But just stand by. This is from solarimpulse.com. This is their website. This is the live stream they're putting out right now. He's on the last leg of his trip around the world on a solar-powered airplane. So stay tuned. We're going to get this going here. So hang in there. We'll be right back with you guys shortly.
Required 1 billion kilometer flown in
simulation.
Flown in simulation.
Well, that gives you a real sense of just how much work you've put in, and also just how much planning happens in the background before we actually take off. Has this been, of all the simulations you've done for all the different legs, how is this compared, or what's been the trickiest simulation work that you've had to do? I know you had to do a simulation to build the airplane too, so maybe we can include that.
No, I think what was really tricky, two different things. The preparation of the simulation of all the mathematical models to conceive the aircraft with the chief engineer, Peter Fry, and that was really tricky because we knew that we have to reach a really good level of accuracy in order to build the right aircraft. And afterwards, what was really tricky was the preparation of the virtual flights. Because we had to fly with the aircraft virtually before the aircraft really exists, in order to train the team, in order to learn how to fly with it. And we also knew at this moment that it was really important for all of us to be able to simulate every leg of the around the world adventure. Which means a lot of preparation with the air traffic controllers, with metallurgists, with mission engineers. So years of work, and it's about to.
And lots of commentary, and lots of mathematics. I think we shouldn't forget that it's a very pretty picture, but you are a mathematician, so this requires a lot of hard math work. So if you're in school looking at this, you can be inspired, and this is what you could be doing someday.
And this is a very practical, use of mathematics, and the combination of innovation and mathematics is really gives really good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's another aspect of the Solar Impulse project and the people here. Excellent. We'll go back to Bertrand in the cockpit now, and we will be keeping you updated throughout the rest of today as he makes his way closer to Abu Dhabi and gets ready for landing.
Okay, guys, they're going to connect with me soon over the telephone, and I'm going to have their live stream up. So just stand by. This is very technical. We've been planning this for a while. Hopefully it's going to go okay. I'm going to ask him a question. There's going to be a long delay, and he's going to answer. So hopefully we can make this work, okay? So just stand by. There's Captain Piccard hanging out in the Solar Impulse 2. I'm just waiting for his phone call.
Stand by for 1 or 2 minutes because we have to establish the call. That's why she had to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys, they're about to call me. So stay tuned. We're going to talk with Captain Piccard of Solar Impulse 2 live on Facebook, live stream, and YouTube simultaneously. So here's the call. I'm going to take it. Hang on in there, guys. Hey, this is Steve in San Francisco.
Hi, yes, we just go. Are you ready on your side?
I'm ready.
Okay, the pilot is ready, so they will just connect you and you will hear, like I told you, the Mission Control Center just introducing you to the pilots. Okay, they will take you like in the coming second.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Let's convert more of the potential energy in speed.
Okay.
All right, hey guys, we're here live with Bertrand Piccard, the pilot of the Solar Impulse 2, which is flying in the Middle East right now. We're waiting for him to say hello. We're just hanging on for 1 second.
Bertrand, we are getting ready for the interview. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So we are going to connect.
Hello, this is the Mission Control Center in Monaco. You're now connected to the pilot Bertrand.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hello, this is the Mission Control Center in Monaco. You're now connected to the pilot Bertrand Piccard.
Are you ready? It doesn't work. You Hello.
I'm hearing a lot of looping things in my headphones, but I'm just going to go for it. Mr. Piccard, can you hear me okay?
It doesn't work. You have the same sentence who comes after half a minute.
Hearing a lot of looping things on my headphones, but I'm just going to go for it. Mr. Piccard, can you hear me okay?
It doesn't work. There is a with us after half a minute. Yes, hello, Stefan.
Hey, Mr. Piccard, very great to talk to you. It's an honor to talk to you. I'm going to turn this down here. I think this is going to work better this way.
This is the Mission Control Center in Monaco. We have to cut this call and try again.
Okay, okay.
We have the same problem that with BBC yesterday morning. I don't know.
Okay, guys. So we're going to try again. There's looping connections going on. It's like there's a control room in Monaco they're sending the signal to. There's coming to my control room, so just stand by. We're going to get this worked out.
I think the connection now works good, so please try again.
Mr. Piccard, my name's Stephen Beacham in San Francisco with CNET.com. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. How are you doing?
Yes, hello, Stephen. Yes, I hear you well now. Well, things are going smoothly this morning with the sunrise over the desert of sand of Saudi Arabia, but the night was really bumpy. It was turbulent, you know, with the heat. There are a lot of thermals, and they remained during the night. So it was not the smoothest night I could have. I really had to fight on my flight controls. But the day of yesterday has been gorgeous with the desert of Egypt, the crossing of the Red Sea, the arrival of the mountains of Saudi. It's a beautiful flight, I have to say.
Were you able to get any rest last night?
Last night, no rest. This morning, a little bit, just before sunrise, I had the first lights of the new day on the horizon, and here I could make a few naps. But you know, at the end, I'm not here to sleep. I'm here to fly the plane. I'm here to bring it to Abu Dhabi. So if I can sleep, of course, I'm in a better shape and it's easier. But the goal now is really to finish successfully the last leg of the round the world solar flight.
So set the scene for us, everyone that's watching at home. Where are you right now, and what is your elevation, and what is your airspeed, just so we get a sense of what's going on?
Yes. So I am in the middle of Saudi Arabia over a place which is just a desert of sand. It's completely flat. There are dunes of orange sand. I'm flying 8,000 feet, so it's low because, you know, during the night I fly lower in order to save energy, and when the sun comes, I start to climb again. And I'm flying at a speed of 29 knots,
Oh, wow,
which is maybe slow for an airplane. But, you know, this airplane is very strange. Huh? It's the first of a kind. It flies slowly, it has a huge wingspan, it is sensitive to turbulence, but the way it is built allows it to fly day and night without fuel. So I spent the night on the batteries that were charged yesterday during the day flight, and now I'm starting to charge the batteries again for the next day, for the next night. So it's like a new era in aviation, because of course it's the beginning, it's difficult, it's challenging, there is no benchmark, nobody explained us how to do it. We had to invent something completely new.
So you guys have already set the bench for longest flight. It was 5 days in the solar powered plane, correct?
Yes, exactly. That was the flight of André from Nagoya to Hawaii. And what is great is to see that this airplane can stay several days, several nights. Huh? We have, when I crossed the Atlantic, it was 3 days and 3 nights. We had several flights of 2 days and 2 nights with André. So you see, it can fly much longer because it has no fuel, because we found another way to do. But before all the airplanes will be solar, of course there will be a lot of time. I think the first step for aviation will be to become electric, because electric motors have much better efficiency. Of course, batteries are heavier than fuel, but I bet that in 10 years' time you will have electric airplanes flying with 50 people on board for short to medium-haul flights. And this will happen in the next 10 years. So maybe not fully solar, but fully electric, plugged on the grid on the airport before taking off, which has a lot of advantage in terms of noise, in terms of pollution.
Yeah, I feel like there's a renaissance in solar-powered planes right now. I mean, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg just launched their plane, the Aquila plane, in June, but they just released a video of it last week. Did you get a chance to check that out? And what are your remarks regarding that?
Yes, of course. I saw it. And I have to say that the solar drone of Facebook is beautiful. It really
is.
has a fantastic shape. And An airplane that is beautiful always flies well, you know.
That's
But,
cool.
well, it reminds me, 17 years ago, it was just after my balloon flight around the world. When I started to speak of an airplane flying around the world without fuel, everybody thought I was completely crazy. And now things start to happen, which is good. That's the role of pioneers, is to open the way and give the wish to people to try. This is what is missing in our world today. People are stuck with old devices, old sources of energy, and they think they will be able to live forever with it. But it's wrong. It's completely wrong. The world is going in the wrong direction. We are destroying the planet. We're polluting the environment. We're depleting the natural resources. We're poisoning the lungs of the children who are breathing the air. And we must do differently.
I know how you feel. Like when I put gasoline in my car, I feel like this is archaic. Like, why am I still putting fossil fuels in my car? But that's the way life is right now. But you've been working on this project since 1999, correct? How does it feel to be? You're just hours away from finishing your trip around the world. How does it feel to be almost done with this major accomplishment?
To be honest, if I think about it, I become too much emotional. So when I took off yesterday morning in Egypt, I was thinking, I'm doing this flight as a pilot, not as the initiator of the project. I'm doing it as a pilot to bring the plane to Abu Dhabi, to fly well, to enjoy the flight also, to give interviews, to speak about clean technologies. But I try not to remember that it's the last flight. Otherwise, I will have tears in my eyes and my voice will break. Let's wait for Abu Dhabi to celebrate. And there's still a day and a night to go. It's challenging. It's not because it's the last flight that it's easy. It remains very difficult, especially over deserts where you have thermals, where you have turbulences.
Oh, I can't even believe.
So I have to focus on the task.
Yeah, so during this whole journey, which has been, the last year, more than a year of your life, just going around the world, not even counting building the plane, but what was the most memorable experience for you so far on this trip?
I think there were two things that were fantastic. One was crossing the Atlantic in a solar-powered airplane, because I met Charles Lindbergh when I was a child. I talked to him. And,
That's awesome.
Flying over the Atlantic for the first time with a solar-powered airplane, that was great, because Charles Lindbergh flew to Paris to open the way to commercial air transport. And my goal was to use the symbol of the Atlantic to open the way to much more implementation of clean technologies. So that was really a highlight for me. And another highlight, of course, was when I could speak live to Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the United Nations, from the cockpit of Solar Impulse when I was above the Pacific and speaking to the United Nations, and really demonstrate that all these new technologies, they are mature, they can be used everywhere, not just for airplanes, but they can be used to replace all the old systems that are polluting. And if you replace all that, you make profit, you create jobs, you develop the industry. So you see, what I told Ban Ki-moon is that now there is no need to be only ecological. You can just be logical, using the clean technologies, and this will protect the environment also.
Man, it's really amazing what you guys done. I got to go to Moffett Field when you guys were there and interview some people, and we also got to watch the airplane take off from the runway. It was a pretty surreal experience. Like I see videos of the Wright brothers when they're testing their first plane, and there's people milling around, just kind of watching, and I see videos of the Apollo spaceships taking off, and there's people watching from afar, and I feel like I'm one of those people who got to watch something extraordinary happen. So I want to thank you for that. But what is next for the Solar Impulse team? What is next after you guys accomplish your goal? What are you guys planning next?
We have a huge experience in our technical team for solar-powered airplanes with high payload. And there is a huge development in that direction to replace satellites for observation, for internet, and so on. And we are working on that. And André Borschberg, my partner, who is leading the technical team, is very keen to develop that part. I would like to also develop electric airplanes for transport or for passengers because I think it's really worth it. And what we will do, of course, now is to develop the International Committee for Clean Technologies. It's like a World Council of Clean Technologies that I announced when I was flying above the Atlantic. And this is a way to give a common voice and more power to the associations, institutions, organizations that are working in clean technologies and renewable energy because they are not organized together as a community, and we need this to be able to advise the governments and to have more impact on the energy policy. So this is really what we call now beyond solar impulse. Solar impulse allowed us to do that, and now we're going to do it.
That's fantastic. I'm really happy to hear everything is going so well. Thank you so much for your time. Bertrand Piccard, the pilot of the Solar Impulse, he's over Saudi Arabia right now flying live. This is all happening live. Is it okay if I call you Captain Piccard? Because I think that's a thing, right?
Yes, but you know that Captain Piccard in Star Trek was named after the twin brother of my grandfather.
No way.
Who made the first stratospheric flight. Yeah. He made the first stratospheric flight in a balloon in the U.S., and the creator of Star Trek took him as an inspiration for Captain Piccard. So it's really funny.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck. I'm very excited for you guys. It's going to be really cool to see you guys land.
Yes. Thank you very much for your support. Bye-bye, Stefan.
All right. Have a good one. All right, guys. That was Captain Piccard in the Solar Impulse 2, and he's taking off. He's flying off into the desert. So we will catch you guys. Check out all of our coverage at CNET.com. We produce a lot of videos about the Solar Impulse and the Facebook plane, the Aquila. So check out all of our coverage at CNET.com, and we'll check you out next time. Thank you very much, and have a great night.